In the ever-shifting world of global business, few industries are as deeply intertwined with politics as the automotive sector. Factories are not merely places where cars roll off assembly lines. They're battlegrounds for trade agreements, geopolitical maneuvering, and national security concerns. For BYD, one of China's most ambitious automakers, the dream of expanding production into Mexico seemed like a strategic masterstroke. Mexico's proximity to the United States, its network of trade deals, and its skilled manufacturing workforce have long made it an attractive destination for automakers aiming to serve both North and South American markets. But for BYD, what seemed like a golden opportunity has run into a wall built not of concrete, but of politics. BYD had been carefully assessing 3 potential locations in Mexico for a new factory. The plan was part of a broader push to grow the brand's global footprint, capitalizing on its rapid rise as one of the world's largest producers of electric vehicles. For a company that started in batteries and has evolved into a genuine rival to automotive giants, this move was the logical next step. Yet even as BYD studied the maps and ran the numbers, a political storm was brewing to the north. The 2024 U.S. presidential election loomed large on the horizon, and its outcome would prove crucial in shaping the future of international trade, especially between the U.S., China, and its neighbors. When Donald Trump won a return to the White House, the implications were immediate. As both the 45th and now the 47th president, Trump has remained consistent in his hardline stance on trade with China. Tariffs, restrictions, and a broader skepticism toward Chinese technology and manufacturing have reemerged as defining themes of U.S. policy. For BYD, this geopolitical reality could not be ignored. The company decided to hit pause on its Mexican plans as early as September last year, waiting to see how the U.S. election would unfold. When the political winds turned as anticipated, BYD chose caution over speed. Even before Trump's recent announcement of sweeping tariffs, another obstacle arose. In March, China's own Commerce Ministry delayed giving BYD the green light for its Mexican factory. Officials in Beijing feared that sensitive technologies might become accessible to the U.S. if production were set up just across the border. In a world where advanced manufacturing and national security have become tightly linked, this concern carried serious weight. Suddenly, BYD found itself squeezed between 2 powerful governments, each driven by its own agenda, making Mexico an increasingly complicated proposition. For now, BYD is steering its investments elsewhere. While the automaker has placed its Mexican ambitions on hold, it's far from retreating from Latin America. Instead, the company has thrown its energy into Brazil, where it recently opened its first factory outside of Asia. Located in Camaçari, this facility represents a significant milestone for the brand. It's currently capable of producing up to 150,000 vehicles annually, with ambitious plans to double that output to 300,000 within 2 years. The Brazilian plant is a symbol of BYD's determination to keep growing, even as geopolitical challenges reshape its roadmap. Yet the Brazilian expansion has not been without controversy. Late last year, reports emerged that some international workers at BYD's new plant were living in conditions likened to modern-day slavery. These allegations cast a shadow over what was supposed to be a triumphant moment for the company. Executives were quick to respond. Stella Lee, BYD's executive vice president, addressed the issue directly, emphasizing that the company is committed to reform and to working closely with local partners to uphold labor and human rights standards. Her words carried the tone of both apology and resolve. "We should slow down, step back from the focus on speed," she said. "It will take longer, but that's okay." Lee's comment reflects a broader truth that resonates beyond BYD alone. In today's interconnected economy, expanding too quickly, without accounting for cultural, legal, and ethical complexities, can backfire. Speed has been a defining trait of China's industrial rise, But in the global arena, the cost of missteps is higher. BYD's story is a reminder that for automakers, the journey into new markets is no longer just about building cars. It's about navigating a minefield of political sensitivities, trade barriers, and human rights expectations. Meanwhile, the stakes are high for the United States as well. America is grappling with the balance between economic interests and national security, particularly when it comes to Chinese companies. As EV adoption grows and the demand for advanced batteries surges, U.S. policymakers remain wary of becoming overly reliant on Chinese technology. This caution extends to neighboring countries like Mexico, which have long served as manufacturing hubs for products ultimately destined for American consumers. BYD's hesitation to build in Mexico underscores how deeply U.S. politics influence not only domestic decisions, but also international corporate strategies. For American consumers, these geopolitical dynamics may seem distant, but they have very real consequences. Decisions made in boardrooms and government offices determine which vehicles end up in American showrooms, how much they cost, and who makes them. BYD could have offered competitive electric vehicles at attractive prices to the North American market, leveraging the cost advantages of Mexican manufacturing. Now, that possibility is on hold. Instead, the company is pivoting to Brazil, potentially focusing its output on South American markets rather than the U.S. For buyers hoping for more affordable EV options from a rising global player, that's a setback. The road ahead for BYD remains uncertain. The company has the technology, the ambition, and the manufacturing expertise to become a dominant player on the world stage. But in a time when politics often overshadows pure business logic, even the best-laid plans can be derailed. For now, the automaker is choosing caution over expansion, hoping that clarity will come with time. Whether BYD ultimately finds its way into the North American market through Mexico or another path, one thing is clear. In the modern auto industry, no decision exists in a vacuum. Every bolt turned and every factory built is inextricably linked to the complex dance of global politics. And BYD's story is just the latest example of how the dance can change direction in the blink of an eye.